For all your mobile bartending needs, both public and private, reach out to Drinks Galore. They provide a wide range of package deals available on their website, drinksgalore.com. Book Drinks Galore. Cheers and enjoy. Yes, what's up, everybody? Robin E here, back in the building on another episode of Pillow Talk Podcast. Happy Sunday, okay? The Lord's Day. We are blessed. We are blessed, okay? Super excited to have this guest in the building. I mean, he ain't here, but he here, with us in the spirit and everything like that. He's an amazing Black filmmaker. Super duper excited to have him on the show. We have Mr. Will Thompson in the building. Yes.
Hey,
Yes. Well, thank you so much for coming on Pillow Talk Podcast. We appreciate you.
thank you for having me.
Yes. I know you're a busy, busy man. So first off, I mean, for those that don't know, you are an award-winning filmmaker. You're a screenwriter and you're an author. But we got to know, where you from? Where are you hailing from? Where are you from?
I'm from Chicago, West Side. I'm a 290
West
ass
Side.
nigga.
Okay, West Side. Now, what's your favorite thing about where you from?
Man, community.
Mm.
Yeah, that's my favorite thing, community. I mean, it's the West Side is I mean, it's always a debate, West Side, South Side, but to me, the West Side is the best because it's a smaller community and everybody tend to know everybody when you're from out west. You know,
Mm.
it's not that big. It's a small radius, especially when you factor it by neighborhood.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
Okay. Yes, for the community. Absolutely. We love community. We love community. I love that for sure. Now, growing up for you, I mean, have you always loved movies? Was there something that you initially thought you was gonna be when you grew up as a child?
I mean, yeah, no, I definitely love movies as a kid. Growing up, it was like, I mean, that's all I did was watch movies, watch them and see how they move and certain choices that they select during certain scenes. Although I didn't know they were scenes at the time, I just knew it was, something going on. It's like, damn, like that was kind of dope, the way they may hold a cigarette or the way they approach, when they're getting ready to deliver, a line or something like that. And then you kind of, get older, get into the arts, and then you find out these are choices that were made based on the words that were being said. It's the reaction that's actually acting.
Yes. Okay, nice. So, I mean, did you feel like you were going to be an actor when you were a kid, or was there like, did you want to be a
Nah,
doctor? Like, what did you
for
think?
me, it was just I knew I was going to be an entertainment, and I wanted to be an
Okay.
entertainer. It didn't matter if it was music, movies, whatever. I mean, I started out in music. You know, started out in music, and then that went into sketchy deals and things of that nature, which turned into poetry, and poetry was kind of
Mm.
like storytelling, which that turned off into you know acting. So
Yeah. Now hold on now. Back it up now. You was in the music first. Okay. Now
yeah,
I didn't see that. I was doing my research. I didn't see that. Okay.
you
Now
got to
let's
dig
what's
deep
up
for
with
that. You got to dig real deep for that.
I mean, yeah, you done
Yeah, that's
you
that's
tucked
not
that
really something
away.
that's often talked about.
No. I mean, if you don't mind, I mean, like what was that whole experience like? Were you a rapper or were a singer? Like what
Yeah,
was
no.
it?
So I was a rapper, and I mean, I wrote music for a few singers. They weren't like major singers, but up and coming artists. Wrote music for them. But yeah, I caught a nice little record deal, and it'd be a little funny business with the music thing. Especially when you go into labels. And one of the A&R guys threw a pass at me, and it was like, yeah, this ain't for me.
Mm,
It's time to go. Yeah, it's a
mm.
turn off of music. I was a young kid at the time. I was like 22, 23. And yeah, it was time to go. I had to do something else.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I mean, definitely a lesson learned for sure. So
Yeah, yeah.
dang, the music business ain't no joke.
I mean, really, none of it is, especially
Mm.
when you go looking with your hand out asking for favors. And by favors,
Oh,
meaning, you say, hey, sign me to your label, front me this bread so I can put this album out. I mean,
mm.
we're in the age now to where you don't really need any of that. There's so many
Absolutely.
different outlets for you to put out music or put out content. You just got to grow your following, or just put out something that's dope and let it do its own thing.
For sure. Now you would never go back to music. It's a wrap. It's over with.
And that's it.
That's a wrap.
That's it.
All right. Well.
Yeah, I mean, my music is stories anyway, so I just tell lengthy visual stories at this point. You know,
Okay.
so yeah, it's same thing. Just different water.
Absolutely. Okay. We like that.
Yeah, yeah.
We like that. We like that. Now let's definitely get into the filmmaking and just that whole creativity that you tapped into. Now, screenwriting, the whole process, just hard, just crazy. So how did you even get started in that?
Oh man. So I trained for a few years, right? And I'm doing auditions, and I landed my first like actual SAG speaking role in like 2014. And it was on Chicago Fire, and I was doing my thing on that. And I'm like every young, fresh starting out actor. It's like, oh, yo, I booked this role. Man, I'm finna blow up from here. These motherfuckers can see what I can do. Like I'm decent. And yeah, it didn't pan out that way. It was like I didn't book anything else for quite some time. It was months, that like shit, maybe a year till I had booked something else. So I was just
Mm,
like, man, like in the process of doing that, it's like I wanted to do more work. So I was like, well, how do you get, big roles? Somebody said to me, well, you got to create your own content. I was like, well, what the fuck does that mean? You know, oh,
mm-hmm.
well, you got to get a script, you shoot it yourself, and, you find somebody, put up some bread on it, and, like you'd be good. And I said, oh, okay, cool. That should be easy. So look, why don't you
Mm,
write this for me? So you got some money? I ain't got no money to pay you to write it. I said, well, you got to write it yourself. And I said, all right, fuck it. You know, so I started writing it and going through the process and going through the motions. And I wrote my first film, or my first script, was titled Illuminati. And I was like, all right, so I got this script, you know,
Okay, damn, Illuminati.
yeah,
Hold on. Wait
yeah,
a
yeah. So,
second.
so the theory was, right. My theory behind that was, if you tell a dope story that plays off into conspiracy theory, you'd have a hit because everybody gonna be talking about it. You gonna want to see what's what. So now people gonna want to view it. You can make some bread. I
Yeah.
was just like, all right, now I got this script. How can I actually get the movie made? With ain't nobody putting no money up. They don't even know me. I'm nobody.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, all right, well, you can put it in film festivals. If you win in a film festival, you get money. I
Okay.
won the film festival for my first script, but I ain't getting no bread. You
Oh.
know, yeah. So I was just like, all right, you know
Ooh.
what? Maybe let me do something else. 2 years go by. I booked a few smaller roles and other little things, and I started writing another script. And it was initially titled Blood on the Leaves. It was about two brothers who were like drug dealers, but they were also boxers. And I got the concept from, believe it or not, I got the concept from like Floyd Mayweather. It's like when you think about the Mayweather
Okay.
family, his father was a fighter, his uncle was a fighter, but they also fell off into drugs. So it's like, what if it was two Mayweathers? Two great fighters, one of them not so great,
Hmm.
one of them just phenomenal. What if one of them was good at the streets and the other one wasn't, but they always rolled together? And yeah, I wrote that and I stopped. And there's a filmmaker. She actually just put out a movie, but her name is Sam Nicole. She does a lot of dope independent films as well. And it was her and my homeboy Jay Davis. They were the only two people that was like, yeah, man, just go ahead and write it. Just finish it. And I said, well, shit. I mean, I'm not trying to
Mhm.
put up a big bag on no movie. I don't know what to do. So my homeboy Jay was like, man, just do a short. So I'm like, man, what the fuck is a short? He said, "Oh man, it's a mini movie. Just keep it short, keep it simple." I said, "Okay,
Right.
cool." Wrote that up, finished it as a short. I shot it in Atlanta in 2018, and that was the first short film I did called Related Destiny. So I changed the name,
Mm.
kept the story structure and everything the same. Put that out, won a ton of awards on that.
Mm.
Best first time director, best supporting actor. The film itself clinked up, and yeah, I just started writing, other movies from there, and kept it going. And that's how I turned off into Good Intentions, which is the film that's out right now. So yeah,
Yes. Absolutely. So you like self-taught, self-taught. I mean, in a sense, with
yeah,
your writing, like, wow.
Yeah, I mean, like I don't
That's
consider myself a writer. You know, I
okay.
consider myself a
Okay.
storyteller, but I don't consider myself a writer because for me, structure
Mm,
is I don't really know if I got structure down. You know, it's like my process may be different than
mm,
most. I know people do outlines and they do all of this,
okay.
important stuff before actually writing, right? I don't do that.
Hmm.
You know, I listen to some music, and if something catches me to where it's like it may be certain piano strings that I hear, and
Hmm.
again, being a musician first, those strings to me tell a story. Without vocals, the melody, it tells a story. And I play off into that. And I create a story in my mind automatically. And I start writing off on that, putting in details. And then when I get the dialogue going, I'll conversate with myself, and I
Okay.
got that as far as from, just being an actor, when you think Eddie Murphy and like Dr. Doolittle, he ain't sitting there talking to
Yeah.
dogs. He talking to like a damn softball or a
Right.
tennis ball or
Something.
something.
Right.
Yeah,
Hmm.
so it's like when I write and I do my dialogue, I'll be one character and then I'll turn around and I'll be the other character having full blown dialectual conversation. You know,
Mm,
so yeah, just a little process. That's why I say I don't consider myself a writer. I write the story.
okay.
I'm a storyteller. But yeah, so
Yeah, shit. However, you got to get the story told. Damn it. However, it
man,
need
you
to be
feel me?
told.
Yeah, period.
However, it needs to be told. No, I love
Exactly.
that. I think that's super dope. And just the fact that you're able to really sit down and create that. I mean, that's some hard shit to do in itself. And then the dialogue and then your method as well with it to kind of see how it flows. Like that takes a lot of
Right.
time.
Yeah, yeah. A
How
lot of
long has
time.
it did it take you to write Good Intentions? How long did it take you
Oh
to
man,
finish that? I should say. Yeah.
good intentions took a few months. I wrote that script maybe 84 times or draft after draft after draft, like 84 times. Yeah,
Damn.
it literally it'll say like September version 84 for the file name. Yeah.
Wow. And then you keep them all. You keep all the ones that you do?
I mean, as many as I can until my computer starts saying that I need to get rid of some stuff. So, I gotta save some space. I need some memory for other things.
Wow. I mean,
Yeah.
80, but that's a lot. That's a lot of times. Why? What makes you rewrite something?
So the first time when you write, right, it's like you got these big ass ideas. You want shit blowing up. You want this. You want gunshots. You want people running. You want all of this beautiful ass bullshit to go on that gives you dope ass visual for your film.
Mhm.
Then you got to sit back and say, well, all right, this is gonna cost this. It's gonna cost that. Where you getting this money from? So I mean, I self finance all my own films. So I
Mm.
say, okay, well, let me write for budget. So then I'll go back and instead of me saying, they bust open the wall and they find all of this money, maybe we'll place the money somewhere else,
Ah.
you know. So now I don't have to pay somebody to tear up their crib just to re-drywall and repaint and all of that other stuff. So it's like you just kind of write for budget, you know.
That's
And
smart.
then self-finance, you want to make sure you counting every dollar that's coming out of your pocket because you got to try to
Mm.
get that back at the end of the day.
Mm. Ooh, hard process. But that's smart. Definitely writing on that budget. You definitely will
Yeah,
downsize some shit real quick. Real quick.
real quick. You wouldn't believe how much downsizing you could do when you think about it being your money. You know,
Mm.
you got $1 million budget. It's like, man, yeah, we could do that. And then you start thinking about the money coming out your pocket. It's like, maybe we should do something different. You know, and then you got to
Mm.
put it in there. You got to see if it works with the story. If it don't work with the story,
Yeah.
you got to keep writing it until you find a way to make it work with the story. So
Mm.
yeah, it's about
Okay.
the size
Now
of it.
when you're writing your stories, do you already in your mind envision as well to like the type of person that you want to play the characters?
Nah, so I don't write. Okay, for example, right? Related Destiny, my short film. I didn't play the lead in that film. I wasn't the lead character. I was supporting, and my homeboy Mark Taylor. He played Uncle Gene in 17 again. Uh, he was actually the lead, so it's like for me, I write the story and then it's like I'll go from there. Like I don't really know what story I'm gonna tell. I kind of let the story unfold on its own, and then I'll break it off into that, and then it's like, okay, well, if I'm gonna play this character right here, then I got to go back and read it as an actor, after I've written it, So it's like when I write it, I got to write it from the aspect of a writer, and not from the aspect of an actor. Because I mean, as an actor, I mean, we have a tendency to be picky. We want all of the raw ass lines. We want all of the dopest shit. So it's like if I was to write a story just based on that, the movie would fucking suck. Personal opinion, anyway. Because it's like how this one dude get all of the dope shit and he still gets the girl. He saves the day at the fucking end. It's like, nah, that should be corny.
Yeah.
So it's like if you just write it and then you place yourself with whatever character that speaks to you, and you read that shit as an actor, But then when you have to go and direct your own shit, now you got to take away both of those, put them to the side, and now you got to look at this fucking script as a director, you know. But before you do that, then you got to look at this shit as a producer and see how you got to get all of that shit laid out.
Yeah. Okay. Wearing many caps. Shit, you gotta wear many caps. Now, I mean, you've also done like commercials as well, and then the TV shows, outside of the movies. So, is there a different type of method you have to do for the commercials versus like the movie setting?
Yeah, so it's like commercials. I mean, I ain't never really had nothing major like on no commercials. It's always been like some background. So you just do what you
Okay.
told. Hey man, walk this
Yeah.
way. Hey, walk that way. Then they had you out there for long ass hours. I did a Chevy Cruise commercial that sucked. It was terrible. They had the rainmakers out there, and it was like it's a bright sunny day, but then they turn on these fucking rain machines,
Damn.
and you got to stand here with an umbrella for 12 hours, and it's like, damn man, it's a Sunday, and I got to sit here and get fucking wet. You know.
Lord, 12 hours?
Yeah, they had us out there 12 hours on a Sunday. I mean, SAG commercials pay good money on a Sunday though.
Oh.
Yeah. And that's man, them 12 hours, man, motherfuckers making like 5,200. That was years ago. I'm
Mm.
pretty sure, you make a hell of a lot more
Yeah.
now because that pay raise that went up, the rate, yeah, that
Okay.
SAG scale that went up. So
Nice. So you don't have like a manager or somebody that,
now
kind of
I got
watches over
agent.
you?
Nah,
Okay.
hey, I'm actually in the market for a manager right now because it's a little difficult
Okay.
right now trying to maneuver and do everything I got going on.
Mhm.
I need somebody who go hustle as hard as me. I don't think anybody can out hustle me at this point, but you know, if I could find a manager who could roll with it, we can
Okay.
definitely sit in politics, you know.
Okay. Nice. So you have an agent then and they just kind of scout stuff for you?
Well, yeah, they all agents, I mean, that's their job. They work for free, but they submit you on projects. And if you get picked for the projects, you go audition. And once you audition, they take 10-15% of whatever it is that you made. It's just, I
Okay.
mean, it's just cut and dry.
Yeah.
That's like the simplest way to put it.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
but
is
I
that
mean, lately I
necessary?
haven't really been auditioning. I got a few auditions for, some dope ass shows, but it's like, man, I can't bring myself to it, man, since this COVID bullshit then kicked off, right? So it's like a
Mm.
lot of Tyler Perry shows. He got a lot of new shows coming up. I had
Yeah.
auditions for those, but I had to turn them down because it's mandatory you get vaccinated. I'm against
Mm.
the vaccination, so it's like, all right, hey, it's a dope project. I love the audition, but I'll pass.
Okay. And that is an issue still going on, definitely, in
Yep.
Hollywood and a lot of job industries. So, I mean, that's a frequent thing that you're having to deal with is them requiring you to be vaccinated.
Yeah, hell yeah. Especially depending on what zone you in. Like they call them
Mm.
zones. So
Right.
if you're a regular on the show, you got it. It's mandatory. It literally says in your breakdown, mandatory
Mhm.
vaccination with booster shot.
Woo.
It's like I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. Y'all can keep
Mhm.
it. I don't want it.
Mhm.
What I'll do is I'll continue to create my shit until this goes away. Then I'll audition for yours. And that's if I have time.
Yeah.
So
I feel that. I too am against the vaccination, so hey, I'm not rocking with that either. And it's messed up that people want to literally put your job on the line or whatever the case is, just for you to be vaccinated. Like, no.
yeah. Like I ain't doing it.
Mm-mm.
I
Mm,
appreciate it. I mean, even when I decline it, I'll put in there. I'm not vaccinated. But I thank you for the opportunity. Please keep me in mind for future projects. You know,
right. And
yeah, I'm
yeah,
not
you
gonna
gotta let
let
them
you stick
know.
me. Yeah, like you're not gonna just jab something in me and be like,
Okay.
you good to go. Like what, man? Nah, I'm straight. I ain't doing all that.
Oh shit. Hell no.
Yeah.
I'll be ready to fight. Hey, ready to
Hey,
fight.
look, any talent out there that is not vaccinated and you looking to do auditions and you ain't got to worry about the vax, look out for Urban Visionary Film Breakdowns when we start auditioning for our future projects. We don't require
Okay.
you to be vaccinated. However, SAG requires you to be vaccinated. But I started looking at right to work states such as Georgia where you don't have to work under SAG rules. So, yeah.
Okay. And see, people need that information. They need that
I mean, not
information
only
for
that.
sure.
I mean, I don't really keep um I don't really keep talent long enough to where it's mandatory that you're vaccinated. We did Good
Okay.
Intentions in 7 days, and that's a full length feature. And if you look at
What?
it, yeah, if you look at it, it's not B movie at all. I mean, we were shooting with
Okay.
real big ass Hollywood shit. We
And
had
y'all
big
had a
trucks and
car, y'all
all that.
had the suits. I mean, the police. I mean, yeah, like,
Yeah,
okay.
man, look, I had police on set every day. We shut down streets. I don't know if you're familiar with the West Side, but we shut down North Avenue, all 4 lanes. You know, so
Wow.
yeah, man. I mean, yeah, we did all of that in 7 days. So yeah, we don't require you to be vaccinated. So look out for the Urban Visionary Film Breakdowns. We actually start auditioning for Talk to Me, which is another movie that I'm currently working on right now. And yeah, no,
Okay.
that one is gonna be. I think that one probably got top Good Intentions for real. You know,
Mm.
yeah.
I'm still tripping off this 7 days. So what is this? What you doing? 10, 11 hour days? Like how are you jamming everything into
So
a
you know
week?
what? Crazy, right? So we never shot over. Hell, I don't even think we ever shot 10 hours. You know,
Mm.
I don't even think we shot 10 hours. But we had 11
Wow.
locations, 7 days, roughly 8 to 9 hours a day.
Wow.
And some days wasn't even 8 to 9 hours. Some days was much shorter. You know,
Mm.
I mean, it's I don't know how I worked it. I just I like to consider myself a super producer at this point. Because the way I scheduled the scenes and everything to be shot. It's like, okay, well, we can knock out this, we do this like that, and we was just running through the pages, literally running through the pages, you know. Yeah.
Ooh, that's dedication. Like woo, that's dedication. Definitely dedication. And Good Intentions is streaming on Tubi, I believe, right?
Yep,
Right
it's on
now.
Tubi. Yeah, check it out.
Yeah. So definitely, y'all definitely need to check that out for sure. It's definitely a dope movie. I definitely had a chance to watch it. So I didn't fish the end. So don't say shit else about shit else to me about anything that
Oh
happened in the
man,
end of the movie.
so you ain't saying when
So don't
everybody
do
ran
it.
off up in
I
there?
just talking about where everybody ran off of it. I just passed the part when the little white lady, the little was trying running for the Chicago mayor shit was doing that little fake video that she did or whatever. And I was
Yeah,
like, oh, okay, little bitch. I was like, okay, I see what's going on. I see what's going on.
yeah. Now
So
she
I
now
like
she's a dope talent. She's been on Chicago PD.
that.
Yeah,
Mm.
a lot of the talent that I used, um, actually, no, I'd say the majority of the talent, or maybe 50-50. It was like
Mhm.
50% local, 50% not local. But yeah, a lot of those people, were in other things, like the guy that played my partner, most people know him as playing Randall from Tyler Perry's If Loving You Is Wrong. You had
Yes.
the white cop, his Mickey O'Sullivan, he plays a cop in Chicago PD. You had the guy that was the alderman, Rolando Boyce, who's also a regular on the
Mm.
show right now. He's also a Chicago native.
I
Eltony
did not
is
know that.
Yeah, Eltony, the one who played my partner, Randall, as everybody like to call him. He's also a Chicago native.
Okay,
Yeah,
Chicago.
yeah, man. Man, but yeah, we out there.
Yes.
Yeah, we
Now
out
that's
there.
dope. And the cast definitely was a good fit. Everybody definitely played their part. So like how do you find people? Like did you put out like a casting call or
You
how
know
did
what?
that
For
happen?
this one, I tried to work with
Mhm.
casting directors, and it just, it's weird when you try to work with certain people. There was one casting
Mm,
director who you know. And I mean, like, I don't really, say names of people, but it was one casting director who I really thought she was gonna jump on the project. And when she read it, she was just appalled by the script. She was like, I can't rock with this. She didn't like it. And I thought that was the
Wow.
most amazing compliment in the world. You know, she was a white casting director. So when you read my script, it really affected you. Like you really had an opinion about that script, and it was because of the
Mm.
context of the story. You didn't like
Mm-hmm.
that. You didn't want to be a part of that because of what it says. And it was like, damn, so that's dope. It really affected you like that, the way you just don't want to rock with
Yeah,
it. I was like, all right, hey,
it
that's dope.
did.
That's cool. So I ended up casting the shit myself. I just started looking
So
at
dope.
people and watching other little things that they did and seeing other movies and say, well, how would these two people gel in a scene? Or, I wonder what this would look like. It's kind of like a chef when you cook. It's like, how lemon gonna taste good on that salmon if you don't try it,
Okay.
you got to
Okay.
visualize that. So yeah, I was just like, all right, well, no, I think this would be dope because of the energy that he give with him. And it's like, oh hell yeah, we could run that. And you start making
Love
those calls.
that.
Yeah,
I love that. That is so dope. That's amazing. Like that's raw. And for you to just take the extra mile for yourself, like shit, I'm gonna make these calls. I'm gonna see, if these people are interested and for you to
yeah,
bring that all together. That's really dope. For real.
yep.
I
So I
love
mean,
that.
that's
I love
that's that's like the gist of it. You gotta pull as a producer. You just gotta pull everything together. Despite whatever may happen, it's like you just gotta pull everything together and just say, fuck it, this is what it is. If I don't do it, it ain't gonna get done.
that. Okay.
Most people, it's like most people, they wait around. They be like, oh yeah, I want this to be like this, and everybody try to do this
Mhm.
Hollywood shit. It's like,
Mm.
nigga, if you wait around on trying to do something that's gonna look raw as hell to somebody else, you ain't gonna never do your fucking movie. And that's
Okay.
for those
Look.
that's trying to do independent film. It's like, oh, how do you do
Hmm.
this? How do you do what? How do you go and shoot a movie and you get all of these people? Well, I mean, like, where do you want to start? Well, how do you be
Mm.
making these phone calls? It's like, nigga, you giving me the instructions right now. Shit, you make the fucking phone
Okay.
call. You fucking make the calls, and then you go from there, and then you just you figure this shit out. But
Not you giving the
you get
details
people that
as
don't
you're
want to put in the work.
asking. As
Yeah,
you're asking.
yeah. So it's like, man, you don't want to put
Oh.
in the work. You don't want to do your fucking film. You worried about what it's gonna look like to other people. It's like I don't really give a shit what other people think as far as how it look. Shit tells a
Mhm.
great story. You know,
Yeah.
don't matter to me. I just want to put out some dope shit, let people enjoy it. And if they rock with it, they rock with it. If they don't, they don't. I thought one of the dopest compliments that I seen on social media when somebody said it's kind of like Training Day and John Q mixed in one. Which when I
Ooh.
started out doing that, it was like that was kind of the vibe I was going for, which I did use John Q as inspiration to actually, you know, filter in the story.
Mhm.
But one of my favorite directors is David Ayers, which David Ayers, he's not really talked about, but it's like he's responsible for the movie Bright with Will Smith, the joint that's on Netflix.
Okay.
He
Okay.
also did Training Day. He did
Nice.
Training Day. He did Street Kings, which is another cop film with Keanu Reeves. You know, so it's like if you look at those movies, if you look at Training Day, you look at Street Kings, and then you watch Good Intentions, you'll see a lot of the similarities. So it's kind of like I'm paying homage. It's like I think he's a dope ass filmmaker. So yeah,
Yes, absolutely. And the Training Day definitely was that shit. I
yeah.
love Denzel. I love Training Day for sure.
Now let me
So
ask you: have you seen Street Kings?
I have not.
You gotta watch Street Kings.
Yeah, I
A
have
lot of
not seen.
people get salty at me, right? I'll be talking to the homies and I'll be like, man, you seen Street Kings? And someone be like, yeah. And I'll be like, so realistically, what was the better film, Street Kings or Training Day?
Mm.
Automatically, motherfuckers jump on Training Day because of Denzel. But it's like, nah,
Mm.
Street Kings is the better movie. Visually,
Okay.
visually, better movie.
Mhm.
Story wise, better movie. Training Day is an all around phenomenal film. The
Mhm.
dialogue is fucking amazing, but Street Kings is just, the way the story unfolds,
Okay.
the obstacles this character has to overcome, man, that shit is dope.
I'm gonna have
And I
to check
mean,
that
again,
out.
when you look at it, it's like it for LA to be as grimy as it is,
Mm.
it's like you can actually see some beauty in this ugly, and that's how I got Good Intentions, to where it's like all of this bad shit going on, but you see all of this beauty around it. And if you notice, Chicago itself is actually a character in the film if you really sit and pay attention to it, because it's not just
Oh,
telling the one story of this cop who's trying to do some shit. It has a bunch of underlying stories that's going along with it, and you see what's going on in Chicago itself that kind of intertwines with, this journey that this dude is on. So yeah,
yeah. Thanks. Absolutely. Shout out to Chicago. Cause
yeah,
damn it.
yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna say do a little noise. It makes some noise. Yeah.
Okay. Damn it. Shout out for Chicago for sure. Definitely love it. Now, are you big on dramas? Is that like your favorite genre? Like, would you do a horror film also? You
Yeah, yeah, I do a horror film. No, I love drama, but I mean,
okay.
I got a comedy that I wrote that I'm actually I've been debating on whether or not I wanted to shoot it for quite some time, and I wrote this shit like years ago. But it's like
Okay.
I don't know, it's I don't want to say it's like funny because I don't really know. It's a comedy. It's all I can say. It's a comedy. It's called Tax Season. You know,
Mm.
and it kind of puts you in the mind of you saying Lottery Ticket, right?
Yeah, Queen Latifah and
Yeah, so
his name.
it's
Yeah.
kind of like what about the Wash? You saying the Wash? Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg, the
Yeah.
Wash. Okay, so
Yeah.
it's kind of like the Wash and Lottery Ticket kind of mixed up into one.
Okay.
Kind of like a conceptual idea. So yeah, it's kind of like it falls in the realm of those. So
That's
yeah,
funny.
it's
I
just
love to
like damn,
watch. I love to watch.
huh?
I said, yeah, I love to watch. That was a good movie.
Yeah, so it's literally kind of like that. It's just like damn. Okay, do I want to do this or not? It's like it's not really a priority. So it's like I don't really know. Then I got like
Yeah.
other films I'm literally working on two right now. And because I'm
Okay.
self-financed, it's kind of hard to, like you got to put up all this fucking money for these films. It's like,
Right.
you know, yeah. And
You got it. Shit.
budgets
You
ain't really
got it.
that small. Yeah.
Let me what you slanging pies or something on the side? Like, damn.
Man, you know what? Some of everything. Yeah, some of everything.
Shit, a movie ain't cheap, y'all. A movie is not cheap.
Man, look, not at all. Not
You
at
talking about you
all.
got two in the vault. Like, that's very
Yeah, I'm
stressful to
literally working on two
self-finance.
right now, and I think like
Okay.
one is gonna outbeat the next. It's like I'm always trying to, you know, tip the scale. I want to go bigger every time. Like the movie that
Okay.
I'm working on filming. Hopefully, if everything falls into place and I can stop rewriting this damn thing, hopefully I could shoot it at the end of the year. And that is about a guy who suffers from bipolar depression disorder. And that story alone is going to be dope. But the one after that is called The
Hmm.
Reaper, right? And it's about the black sniper. So it's like everybody's seen the movie American
Okay.
Sniper about the white boy Christopher Kyle,
Yeah.
right? There's
Right.
this dude, which swear to God, I was doing a movie about a black sniper. I called this nigga the Reaper, and I was like, well, let me see if it's actually, whoever was the first black sniper for real. So I
Hmm.
started Googling and I came across his name, Nick Irving. It just kept popping up. Nick Irving
Mm.
is a young guy that has over 100 confirmed kills in Afghanistan alone. This motherfucker's like 33 years old. They nicknamed this dude the fucking Reaper. Yeah, he's still
Damn.
alive to this day. I done reached out to him and I said, hey, bro, look, you want to jump on this project? You know, at one point in time, CBS and Jay-Z even jumped on. They were going to do a mini series at CBS, but I guess,
Wow.
none of that shit happened. So now, hey, look,
Mhm.
that story is about to be told, because from
Mm.
what I read, it was like, hey, this motherfucker right here, dude, a beast. Yeah.
Ooh, this nigga crazy. This
Yep.
nigga is crazy. He said 100 confirmed killings. So is he locked up right now? What's the
Nah, I
Oh no,
mean,
he
he in
said he's in
Afghanistan.
the
He a
service.
sniper. He
Yeah,
out
he's
there
in the
saving
service.
lives.
Wow.
Yeah.
So
He
I
has
mean,
a
is he right? Does he have like a memoir or something that he's
Nah,
writing?
he is an
Like,
author though. You can find some of his books. You just
oh,
Google
okay.
Nicholas
Okay.
Irving. He has I want to say it's an autobiography. Dude wrote a lot of his own shit. Yeah, so
Mm.
he's an author. He got a lot of books that he even put out, talking about, certain things he's been through and all of that. So I mean, I'm just pulling apart the pieces and putting all of that together. So it's kind of
Ooh.
like, I'm writing this one story about a guy that suffers from bipolar depression, and then I got to, in the same breath, write this other story about this guy who had to overcome certain trials and tribulations of trying to become a serviceman. He wanted to be,
Mm.
in the service, and he wasn't able to be a Navy SEAL because he's colorblind, right? So he couldn't pass the test, but he ended up being an Army Ranger, first
Okay.
black. If I'm not mistaken, he was like the first black guy in Battalion 75 in Fort. He was at Fort Bragg, I believe, he was stationed in Fort Bragg. So yeah, dude is a beast. Like
Mm.
he out there, like he taking them out, So yeah, I'm gonna definitely tell his story, because it's like how
Damn.
often do you get to find somebody who's 33 years old, right? And he's a living historical legend. Yeah, y'all pumped up the white boy
Right.
Chris Kyle. Y'all ain't said nothing about this young black kid. So now it's time to go
Hmm.
ahead and put us up there.
Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, these are definitely stories people don't know about. I definitely didn't know about it. So I think that's something we definitely would want to see for sure. Definitely.
yeah.
Definitely,
Now that one
definitely.
like that's gonna be nuts, man. Look, I got choppers coming in. We out in the desert. We got gunfire. We got all of that shit about to pop on that one. Yeah,
Going crazy.
man, for real.
Now, you did mention earlier that won a lot of awards and things for your work. So is
Yeah,
there one piece or one award that's really like stuck out to you or that means a lot to you?
nah.
No.
Yeah, I don't really. I don't know. I don't really have the time to sit and look at it and be like, oh man, look, this award, I won this, and this is dope because of whatever the fuck.
Mhm.
Literally, they're all sitting right there lined up in the room. And I got quite a few, all right here, right there. Got quite a few. It's just, I mean, that don't mean nothing. It's like you got them. What you gonna do with them? You can't stop. You know. So yeah, nah, none of them really hold a significant place. It's like just watch my movie.
Okay.
Appreciate the
Okay.
artistic value. You know what I'm saying? Like that's
Yeah.
yeah, that's all I'm looking
Yeah.
for right there. Just check out the movie.
Okay. Well, I mean, is there any award that you think you would want in the future for your work, or you just want to continue to get people to
Nah,
just
I
watch your
just,
movie?
yeah, I just want to work, man. At the end of the day, for me,
Okay.
it's like, so I used to draw a lot, right?
Mhm.
And I never really understood the importance of people appreciating the artwork. And they used to always say, hey, man, can you draw me this? Hey, can you draw me that? But for me, drawing was
Okay.
like a peace of mind. It was like a getaway. And
Mm.
my films has taken place of that, right? So it's like when I create these movies, it's just like a getaway. So it's like I'm going to put out some artwork and I just want it to be appreciated. It's like I'm not really
Yeah.
looking for anything in exchange for it. It's just like, man, like if I put this up, and you digging it, like, dig it. It's like
Okay.
if I get something from it, it's like, hey, that's great. I appreciate it, you know.
Yeah.
But it's like I'm not really looking for anything in exchange. I mean, hell, I'm not even looking to, make millions or nothing like that. It's just like if it happens, it
Mhm.
happens. I'm just blessed to be able to be in a position to create something that people think that's good. You know what I'm saying? So yeah,
Yeah. Absolutely. And I mean, it's nothing wrong with that. We love that. You gotta do what you love, people. You gotta definitely do
yeah,
what you love for sure. You
yeah,
gotta do what you
indeed.
love. I love that. You gotta do what you love. Now I definitely been grilling you, all in your face, any space about everything that you've been doing. Because I like to know. So I mean, you
No,
are a
it's all good.
filmmaker. And it's only right that I get some of your favorites. So first off, I gotta know, do you have, or what is, I should say, your favorite horror movie?
Oh man, I don't know, man. It's so many, man. But I'm gonna probably have to roll with the classics, man, like Nightmare on Elm Street. You know, the Freddy joints, man. Those for me was like those was hard. Either the Nightmare on Elm Street or the Halloweens, like those, hands down, like those
Okay.
are the shit. Yeah,
Halloween is definitely one of my
yeah,
favorite
yeah, yeah.
movies
Halloween is that
ever.
man. Like, Halloween is definitely like all time favorite. However, I didn't too much care for the ending on the last one. Didn't too much care for the ending
I
on the
mean,
last one.
I don't like the new ones. I still like the old ass Michael Myers.
Yeah, that good man. Yeah, and
That's
Jason,
just
and can't
that's
leave
just
out
me.
Jason. Can't leave out Jason.
Yeah,
Especially when him and Buddy
yeah.
was boxing
He
on the
alright.
roof and he gave Buddy a swift uppercut and took his head off. Yeah.
Oh my god. Yeah, definitely some good ass shit. We need a Jason and Michael Myers still. I would just like to see that, but they ain't finna give it to us.
Oh yeah. No, I definitely don't think you'll be able to get those two. I mean, you had the Freddy
They
versus
ain't gonna give it
Jason, you
to us.
know, but yeah, that wasn't really. I don't think that was a fair matchup.
It
Yeah,
would be funny. Okay, what is your favorite musical?
I ain't got no favorite musical. I don't. You know what? I seen musical theater, man, when I was in like high school. And it was the Jackie Wilson story, and I thought that shit was dope as hell. And that was like, damn, like I could do that. But I don't sing, so it's like I can't really do that. Looking back at
They're
it, but
good
it's like, damn, like I
stories.
could do that. You say what?
So you haven't watched no musicals? Ain't no musicals you liked?
Nah, I can't really say it is. I can't really say it
No.
is. It's just something about. I don't really like all of the music involved. It's like, God damn it, if you don't come on, get to the scene and the lines and what's about to go down. Yeah, I don't want to hear you sing it.
You ain't
Like,
like
man, just,
so you didn't like Cadillac Records or Dreamgirls or Ray?
that's not
You
a
didn't like Ray?
musical. That's not a
But
musical.
it's music all through the movie though.
Yeah, but it's not a musical. That's
But
not a
it's music
musical.
all through the movie. It's a music
Okay, well, in
all through
that
the movie.
case, if you wanna classify it as
Yep.
that, then I would definitely say Cadillac Records was my shit. I like
Okay.
Cadillac Records,
Right.
and it
Those
wasn't because
right.
Beyonce was in it either. Yeah, nah, definitely
Shout
not.
out
Definitely
Beyonce.
not. It was more so because of Columbus Short.
He played the fuck out of that role.
Yep,
He really
yep.
did.
And then he bodied that little Walter. Yeah,
He really played that. He really played that. And I don't know the man's name that played Muddy Waters too. I loved him as well. But yeah,
yeah. I
Columbus
can't
Short.
think of his name. Hey, but hey, he dude was a beast too. He was
Mm,
definitely a beast.
yeah. Yeah. That was fire. That was a good ass movie for sure. Definitely a good ass movie. Okay. What is your favorite bio movie?
Mm, damn. That's a hard one. That's a hard
It
one.
is. It's a lot of
It's
good
so
bios.
many. It's so many.
It's
So
a
I
lot.
don't know.
It's a lot.
It's too many for me to just pick one.
You gotta pick one now.
Nah, it's like, damn, I'm trying to see.
Like when you see it pop up, you like, oh, let me watch this. Or you like, I'll go ahead and watch this real quick. You know what I'm saying? Because why not? It's one of those, like you can always watch it when it come on.
Hmm. Now I probably had to say James Brown then.
Okay.
Yeah, I had to say James Brown.
Nice.
Yeah, that nigga was reckless. I like the James Brown. It'll either be that or the Five Heartbeats.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, but the 5 heartbeats not real.
Man, what? The Five Heartbeats based on the tale.
No, I'm just talking shit. But yeah,
Yeah.
that's definitely that. That's definitely that movie. Eddie Kane for me.
Yep.
I'm sorry, y'all. That
Hey, look,
that was
quiet as kept. I'm working on one of those right now too.
okay.
Look, that's exclusive. You heard it here first.
Okay. I would love to see it. I would love to see it. I would
It's
love
the
to see
Bobby
it.
Womack story.
Ooh.
Yep.
Okay, now you throwing it back now. You throwing it back with that.
Yep. I'm just working out all the logistics on that. But yeah.
Nice. That'll be really fire. That'll definitely be fire. That's gonna be good. That's gonna be good. Okay, I love that. Now, I was snooping around, doing my research as well, like I like to
Uh-oh.
do, and definitely came across your bio and just, reading over some things about you. And I did see that had some adversities that you kind of went through and some surgeries that, happened. So you don't got to give us all the details, but, how did you kind of go through that and continue to, persevere?
So I think I lost you. You there? Did I got
It
you?
like froze for a second. Hold on.
Yeah,
Let me
it
read.
did. Nah, it did. But after the after the oh, hold on. I think I lost you
Okay,
again.
here we go.
Okay, we back. We back. We good.
We back. We back.
Okay, so you remember I tell you about the whole music situation, right? The little record deal and all of that stuff. So it was like after that, which I was living in LA at the time, um, when the whole music thing kicked off. So I did with my grandfather. When my grandfather passed, I moved back to Chicago. Got the first job ever, working at United Airlines, storing luggage, messed up my back, had 3 back surgeries. And
Mm.
yeah, so yeah, it was like after that, it was like, what do you do from here? And that's how I kind of, just was like, fuck it, gung ho on acting and just started training with everybody and taking hella classes. And, it was like, that was, that was kind of what kicked everything off. But, I mean, that whole situation, as far as like overcoming that, I mean, that was just a blessing, man. Gotta look out for fools and babies, and I ain't been a baby in a long ass time. So it's like shit. Man, I gotta do something.
Yeah.
It's like I'm legally paralyzed. It's like
Wow.
I lost like 51% of my body as far as what they say. But I mean I'm good. Um, it was just yeah. I mean I sat in the hospital bed and I prayed. And I say, man, hey, if you let me bust a move and find my purpose, man, I ain't gonna sit down until it's done.
Mm.
And 2 days later, I was up walking around the hospital,
Mm.
and yeah, I ain't sat down since. I ain't took a break yet.
Mm. Amen. Cause what? Won't the Lord do it
Yeah,
on this Sunday? Not you didn't give us a miracle on this Sunday. That is you were paralyzed. You said 51%.
that's what it say on the little hospital records and all of that. But yeah,
Wow.
hey, I didn't know it. Yeah, I could still
Mm.
kind of like move around and everything, but it was just the way that the surgeries happened. I
Mm.
had Mercer in my bone, and my bone was deteriorating. It kind of messed up everything. So I got plates going down the sides of my spine. I got a disc kind of inserted in there, and it goes from like my L45 all the way down to my S1, which is like your tailbone. That's like the lower of your
Wow.
back all the way to your tailbone. Yeah, but it was like I had deteriorating vertebrae due to the staph infection that was in my bone, which came from the surgery itself.
What?
Yeah, so I couldn't walk because of that.
Now how the fuck? So okay, look, I ain't gonna do too much.
Long story, long story, long story.
That's a whole nother wow. Well, I'm just happy that you were able to recover. I mean, back surgery is risky anyway.
Yeah,
Clearly we could see, but for you to recover like that, I mean, that's definitely a miracle.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So,
Definitely. So, I mean, what else, can we expect from you in the next couple of years? I know you're dropping the projects, but I mean, will you have your own like casting agency or what are some things that maybe, on a bigger scale you'll be doing as well?
um, I mean, casting agency, damn sure ain't it. I leave casting to the casting.
Mhm.
But I mean, I don't know. I'm gonna just continue to turn out some dope artwork for y'all to check out, and just continue to tell amazing stories. But they're just gonna get bigger and bigger, you know.
Mm.
Yeah, I just
Yeah.
want to keep just tipping that scale, just keep turning them over, putting something out. I said I was gonna try to put out, a film every year for y'all, So it's like if I'm able to continue to do that, then hey, there it is, mission accomplished. Because right now I literally have uh 36 films that I have in concept right now. And out of the 36, I've actually done two of them. I want to say maybe three of them are actually written right now.
Mm.
I'm working on two of them right now, which those we'll be filming those soon. But yeah, I mean, just turning them out. Just putting urban visionary films out there,
Yes. I
becoming
love
a
it.
household brand for dope shit.
Okay, put in that work. You put in that work.
Yeah, 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 I got to. You know,
You
I
putting in
think the
that
best
work.
part about my movies is, it's not so you know how you got people who tell these movies or they tell these stories and it's always like a black perspective, right?
Yeah.
I think the dope shit about like my stories is it's not just a black perspective because you could see anybody playing these characters,
Mm.
so it's kind of like a universal story, you know.
Thanks. I love that. And we
Yeah.
need that. We need to be able to have like open, representation. I'm big on representation for black people, but I definitely agree with just seeing different types of people playing different types of roles and not just always doing the stereotype.
Yeah, because it's like I don't like that. Like that shit kind of kills. It's like damn. So you really just did a whole black movie. You could only see this black guy acting a goddamn fool like this. It's like, man, had you just changed the
Mhm.
language slightly to where that shit could have
Mm.
been like real G like, not necessarily like super hood, but just real G like. Now you can say, okay, I can see anybody playing this, but we got a black dude playing it and he bodied that shit. You know what I'm saying? So now
Mm.
it don't just pin us out there like that. Like, come on, man. Nah, you can see anybody playing in these motherfuckers that I'm putting out because
Mm.
everybody gonna be able to relate to that. Everybody gonna suffer from it, But when y'all be like, damn, this movie raw as hell, and then you see, oh damn, it's a nigga that did this. The hell yeah, it's a nigga that did that shit. You know, you
Hell yeah, nigga did
know what I'm saying?
that.
Sure, quit playing.
Absolutely. Well, I definitely appreciated you, chopping up with me on Pillow Talk podcast and really just giving us a whole insight on just your creative process and just how you stay true to who you are when you create. I think like some people get scared when they hear filmmaking and just worrying about, right, how other people are going to view their stuff. So to hear you say like make it, do it, and love it, like that's very motivating. Somebody definitely needed to hear that.
Yeah, got to. You know what I'm saying? I put it like this. This is the best advice that I could give any filmmaker that's tuning in right now. If you have an idea, write it. If you've already written it, go shoot it. It doesn't matter what somebody else think is dope. You know what I'm saying? You don't wake up in the morning, you know what I'm saying? And you don't say, hey, let me call somebody to see if I should wear these clothes. Now you just put the motherfuckers on. You think you fly, you step out the door. Do the same shit with your
Okay.
project. You shoot that shit based on how you view it, and then that's it. If somebody got something to say about it, ask them, hey, what have you done? You know what I'm saying? 100. What have you done?
Okay.
You know, I mean, if you don't want to be criticized, right? If you don't want the criticism, keep your mouth closed. Don't say nothing.
Mm.
Don't be anybody, and don't do anything. If you could do those three, you ain't never got to worry about criticism. But who wants to live like that?
Exactly.
You can criticize the fuck out of my shit because either way it go, it's like, man, hey, I put that out and you still talking about it. You know.
Mhm.
Plus,
Okay,
not
because
only that,
absolutely.
look, they could finance their own films too. It ain't gotta
Mm.
be it ain't gotta be nothing that you want these big ass cameras and shit like that. You got to gamble on yourself before anybody else take a gamble on you. Cause I put
Facts.
up a fuck ton of money on my movie, and I mean, I've been out what 90 days on Tubi. Come to first, I've been out like 90 days on Tubi.
Mhm.
So it's like it is what it is. I ain't seen all of the bread I put up. I think right now with the movie and P&A, I'm up there. So
Mhm.
if you got 10,000, man, put that up. Start off with a short film. Learn from that and then move forward.
Right.
Man,
Absolutely.
10,000 is an easy feat, especially with everybody out there stealing that damn PPP money. They need to give me a
Oh,
couple, $2, $3. Look,
Lord. Don't y'all get caught around. Don't y'all get caught around, okay? Because y'all wasn't slick. Some of y'all wasn't slick enough. Wasn't slick
man,
enough.
like damn.
No, but that's definitely some great advice. I definitely want to like chop it up with that because that was some great advice. People got to stop being scared, y'all. He letting y'all know right now. You got to stop being scared. You got to get out there, and you
Yeah.
just got to make it happen. You got to make it happen. Now I do have your IG scrolling on the bottom, but I mean, do you want us to tune in with you on anything else or follow any other sites that you're also on?
I mean, I'm terrible at like social media etiquette and all of that other stuff. But I mean, you can follow me on IG. I'm most active on there. Sometimes it trickles over to Facebook when they allow for that post to happen.
Yeah.
But I mean, right there at the bottom where it say, it's the real Will IG. Yeah, you can follow me there. Um, Prefer that you ask questions under whatever post. I'm more likely to see it because if I don't
Okay.
follow it, it goes into the request, and You know, I don't really be seeing a lot of those requests because it'd be so damn many, and it'd be just question on top of question, and I don't really be having time to sit and answer all of them. You know.
Yeah. Okay. Well, y'all make sure y'all tap in, and you definitely need to stream Good Intentions, which is out on Tubi right
Yeah,
now.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Super, super, super fire. Make sure that you guys tune in. We love to see the Black filmmakers doing their thing. So I'm definitely supporting you as well. Excited to see all of the stuff that you dropping. I'm gonna be looking for that horror film. So
Oh man, you know
don't
what?
forget.
I'm gonna have to put something together for that then.
Yep.
And when
Because
I
I,
and
I
look,
need it.
when I come up with it, I'm gonna hit you up. I'm gonna have to put you in there. So you're gonna have to go and take you some classes or something. I have to scream or something like, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Yeah.
Let me get my 15 minutes in, y'all.
You feel me?
It's gonna
Yeah, yeah,
happen,
yeah.
y'all. Absolutely. I would definitely love to be a part of that for sure. Cause I love me a good slasher, as they say.
Hey, well, we're gonna get it popping.
Well, I definitely appreciate you again for coming on Pillow Talk Podcast. And of course, to everybody that tuned in, shared, liked, we appreciate y'all. As always, make sure you subscribe to Pillow Talk Podcast, streaming on all major platforms. Sending y'all love and light on this Sunday. Peace